Have you ever stopped to think about what really future-proof education looks like? I mean, beyond just putting courses online, a system where tech and, human insight actually work together. Today, we're doing a deep dive into Learn IQ education. They're based in Sandton, South Africa, and doing some really ambitious things. Our mission: to unpack how they're trying to revolutionize education across Africa, using AI specifically, and what that could mean for some big educational challenges.
Yeah, it's a really critical discussion because, what our sources are showing is this kind of stark picture. A lot of classrooms in Africa still using pretty outdated methods, old curricula, and a big one, a really systemic issue, is this gap in teaching entrepreneurial skills. It's not just about being ready for a job. It means many young people aren't equipped to create jobs, which is huge, right? Especially with the demographics involved.
Okay, so Learn IQ sees this problem. How are they actually tackling it? What's their solution?
Well, their big answer is the Learn IQ online university. And they're very clear. It's built for the AI age, as they put it.
Right, the AI age. And the AI isn't just like a chatbot add-on.
No, not at all. It's fundamental. Get this. Their AI does 40% of the deep research needed for developing their curriculum. 40%.
Wow, okay. 40%. What does that actually mean, though, in practice for, say, a student or the institution itself?
Well, that 40%, it's not just a number, right? It signifies a whole new way of being agile. Think about updating course material. Traditional universities, it can take ages, years sometimes. With this AI doing the heavy lifting on research, Learn IQ can potentially react to industry shifts, new discoveries, maybe in weeks. So the content stays genuinely cutting edge, really relevant. And then there's the direct student support, 24/7 chat help.
Because if you're stuck at 2 a.m.
Exactly. Instant help. But it's more than just answering questions. The AI can create custom teaching aids on the spot. Like if you're stuck on a math problem, it might generate practice questions just for you, with feedback tailored to your mistake.
Personalized practice instantly.
Precisely. That kind of accessibility, that immediate support, it could really be a game changer for removing learning roadblocks.
That real-time support does sound revolutionary. But, okay, what about the human element? That spark you get from a discussion, the critical thinking that comes from, well, talking to a person. Does that get lost?
That's a great question, and it points to what makes their model interesting. They seem very focused on this balance. So while the AI handles that massive research load in the instant Q&A, 60% of the classes are still live, with full-time human lecturers.
60%, so majority still human-led.
Right. And their role isn't just repeating information, it's about fostering critical thinking, driving discussions, challenging students, connecting theory to, the real world. They're there for the deep understanding, the problem-solving nuance that AI, well, it just can't replicate right now.
Okay, so it's this specific blend: AI for speed and support, humans for depth and critical insight. And you mentioned this leads to cultivating an entrepreneurial outlook. How does that work? Is it just adding business classes?
It seems to be much more fundamental than that. Their aim isn't just job seekers, but job creators. They try to weave this sort of startup mindset through almost everything. So students are pushed to spot problems, design solutions, almost like a little venture studio inside the university.
Interesting. So less about theory, more about doing.
Exactly. It's about fostering innovation, being proactive. Their main postgraduate certificate in education, the PGCE, is a key example. And crucially, all their programs, their modules, they're fully accredited by recognized higher education bodies.
That's important. Accreditation means it's not just experimental, it meets real academic standards.
Absolutely vital. It validates the quality and the rigor behind this quite innovative approach.
So, putting it all together, Learn IQ seems to be building something quite distinct. They're not just adding tech, they're rethinking the whole process, combining AI's power with human teaching in a way that's, well, pretty new for the African context, aiming squarely at those big educational needs.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? This kind of model where AI takes on the research, the instant support burden, and it frees up human educators to focus purely on critical thinking, on mentorship, on that entrepreneurial spark. How could that kind of paradigm shift reshape higher education and maybe even job creation, not just in Africa, but maybe, everywhere? What do you think?
Yeah, it definitely leaves you pondering the potential when you truly integrate these approaches, something powerful to reflect on as we all think about the future of learning.